Hello everyone. I'm trying I switched it to Twitch for now, mostly to mostly to experiment anyway. And because my theory is that I can drag more people. What the fuck? Okay. This is the chat room, okay. My theory is that I can drag more people on stream on Twitch rather than YouTube. Because of the way it works, the algorithm and whatnot. And wait, can we make it detect what kind of game I'm playing from Twitch? Interesting. So we only can make tags which exist? That makes no sense. Why can't I? Hmm. Is there a news? Yeah, whatever. Um, I'm really bad at Twitch. Because I remember there was like a way to fucking there was a way to I think I can't can I can't say the F word on Twitch, right? Oh, whatever. I have a doubt on that because of the TOS. Because no, I think I can because when Hassan Piker put his stuff online, he always censor on his own Twitch primarily. Whatever. I wanted to go over some reads today on some written content which I found interesting, and I partially read already, but only partially so. And I do that because it's not really pretty on the other side. So I like the Star Trek thingy. um, Fuck man, does it recognizes that I play Civ? I don't believe so. Because I remember that so at some point it said like in other streams, like right now, Naliju is playing Civ 6 or Kenshi, whatever. Whatever. This is weird. Whatever. Push posting. Uh, I wanted to read that. Basically, last time I streamed on YouTube my deconstruction of my criticism of the Bateson theory on dolphin language, which I think is dog shit for my reasons. I mean, not dog shit, but like it has serious flaws. He didn't consider key pieces of data, whatever. And listen, Norman is this artist that has tried to communicate with whale on orcas with music as a medium, and he reached some of our conclusions when it comes to the use of frequency translocation for communication and whatnot, which was also found by Wade Dog in parallel. But unfortunately, he seems to subscribe to Baterson's theory on dolphin language, but he seems to be kind of contradictory on that side of things. And I want to read his stuff carefully, or may come back to the Bateson stuff and try to explain why I think it doesn't hold on. I mean, it's pretty simple to explain why, but nonetheless. Also, I wanted to watch this because I want... Those are all the fucking vids I want to watch on stream. I already reviewed some of it on YouTube, but it wasn't... I don't know, I think I'll review those vids again with better quality, on better presentation and whatnot, but I want to go over that because I can't figure the... Sorry. What is she saying? Whatever. I can't figure out those guys. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they have a project kind of like ours. I don't know if they're a bunch of new agers, like basically masturbating over the idea of sapient dolphins, but which don't really give a fuck about the subject. I can't figure those people out. Like, I don't know what place they have in the whole ecosystem or for activism. I just don't get them. Oh shit, it's not showing the I always get let me show you. Okay. Normally, can you see that? Yes. So basically that's it. That's this organization here. And I wanted to read that. The Jim Norman. Let me show you. Wait, yes. I want to interview him, but I want to I have him in my friends on Facebook, but I want to talk to him once I finish reviewing all of his material, because I don't want to misjudge him or make a mistake in my assessment of his ideas, which would be detrimental to my relationship with not only him as an activist, but other activists as well. I want to, whatever, this is not important. Let me show you something. What is that? Is that a trumpet? No, I don't think so. Interesting. Basically, I wasn't aware of those photographs. Those with the those weird devices, a waterphone. Yeah, I was aware of that, but like I totally forgot. On whatever. I'll go over that. I want to yeah, see, listen, I don't want to dunk on people, but you know, what I like to do is, in order to show a certain ideology, a certain view, spontaneous view that people have on this subject, I like to look at the comments. So this one, for instance, is from Hungary. It's like, whales and dolphins are all helpers, which you know, this whole conception, this whole new age conception of cetaceans are here to save humans, you know, like they're here to help us, but to guide us, but fuck them by themselves, right? The whole discourse is about how can we change, not about them as subjects. With infinite love, the reminded humans of earthly mission. What will be an earthly mission? Like whatever. It's the whole new age ideology. I just wanted to show you that. Ah, no, whatever. And it's probably to say, oh, there are graphic images, whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I'm an idiot. Can I try to, I would like to have that screen. Now, this is probably a reference to recent discoveries that basically, when you have like the echo beam and you cut it on the side, it shows like, visually it appears to look at like something like this. I think it comes from Kazewitz's work, whatever. This is mainstream shit. Not interested in US music. This might be Randy. I have a doubt because of his dorsal fin. It's not impossible that it's no, it's not. No, okay, if it's not the one, it can be him.
So, you're saying we're not alone in the universe? That we aren't the only intelligent creatures, and that contact is possible
Just
at
good
any
science.
moment, even right now?
Yes, it is. What have you people doing for like what 10 years? Now I'm kind of dissing them for no reason, but basically one of my problems, if you don't know kind of like the whole lore, my problem with like all the first contact projects is that they did shit in like decades. They don't like each other. They never collaborate with each other. They barely reference each other in the field of like when they publish their like publications or whatever. Methodologically, they have strong flaws, but I'll go over that because I want to go on stream and look at each project in detail and show you the main issues. I don't like to call them competitors. They're not like competitors. But like, I wish I could collaborate with them, but they appear to be stuck in a position where basically it's like they're right and they don't care about other projects that do the same thing. They stuck in the same shitty methodology for decades. Also, here's the thing. I don't believe that most projects failed because of like a fundamental technical issue. My understanding of it, or I try to demonstrate that on streams, on by my research and whatnot, is that all the projects appear to have failed, not because of like, again, technical issues, but because they systematically self-sabotage in some way or another. And I believe the thing is, talking about cetacean sapiency, blah blah, cetacean being like us smart than us, etc. is super edgy, it's super cool. Everyone is going to upload, okay? Okay, everyone clapped, etc. Okay, the whole meme. But actually making contact with everything it implies in terms of breaking the whole anthropogenic hegemony, exposing all of our insecurities and doubts about our place in the universe and on the planet, everything it implies ethically, like giving them a voice, having them decide for themselves, blah blah, is something which is extremely uneasy for us. And I believe it's fine and dandy to talk about cetacean sapiency, but making cetacean sapiency or intelligence or whatever an efficient, effective, all the day reality is something else that most people are not ready for. That's the problem. So masturbating about it for ages is very fine and dandy. Everyone does it. Lily does it. Marino does it. All of the fucking currents online do it. But no one tries to effectively go into it. I, Russell, Andrew, and all of my friends are trying to do this. That's why we're building the fucking prototypes. That's why in a few months we'll go on the fucking island and test that. And if we're wrong, and we'll try something else. But we won't like masturbate for like 20 years about like, oh yeah, the possibility of first contact, whatever.
Yes. But it won't be
Oh, that's interesting. That's not a Tuosaurus. That looks like pilot whale, a globicephalus.
anything like that which
That's probably Indiosaurus
you
or
read
whatever.
in science fiction novels. There, aliens always want something from us. Without that, we probably feel unneeded.
Yeah, but how do we know that they don't want something from us? We don't know that. Especially if they realize that their seas and resources are being plundered by human activity. If anything, my bet is that one of the first things that will come out of a proactive linguistic exchange will be like claims about, hey, maybe you people could like try to, extract less fish and pollute less our oceans, It's again, we don't know that. They may be right, but they may be wrong as well. The fact that they have to load the discourse with whatever.
The only way we can
Like, what? I want to understand what those people, because
envisage a contact is in our own image. We can't imagine it without a consumerist goal.
that's partly true, but whatever.
A very clear one. Either they conquer us, or we conquer them. But what if the very notion of conquest is unknown to them? Just like there's no benefactor complex. They can't imagine how you could possibly intervene in another's development by giving them magical gifts, such as extended life, knowledge, healing powers, new energy sources, or the ability to solve any problem.
Oh my god, don't tell me it's a new age thingy where they're going to claim like, oh, cetacean have like this big brain from Sirius and they have healing power and shit, because if this is it, I'm going to end myself in Minecraft. Oh, listen, I know some of you that follow me are into the new age thingy, and it's fine and dandy for me if you have those beliefs, but you have to be conscious of how your beliefs, I'm not saying they do, but they can in some cases prevent you from saying certain things or acting in a way that could allow for the other emancipation or development. But I'll go over that because I don't want to go into like just shit on new age people or people that believe in notions like cetacean telepathy and whatnot, which I don't believe in, but I understand that some people do in our field. I just want to be able to deconstruct intelligently, thoroughly our discourses, look at the data and whatnot, but whatever. If this is going to be some kind of like aesthetical.
We're looking for equally intelligent beings, millions of light years away. It's expensive, but perfectly safe, because there's no need to change anything in ourselves to do this.
I mean, is it the case though? Because that's the problem, right? We as human beings are based toward defending our interest as humans. That's probably why in anti-sanctuary, sanctuaries are not extracted from human interest. Even if it's not money, it's going to be something else. It's going to be ideology. It's going to be a certain civilization and non-social ideal of what carries or what relations of domination and control over other non-humans should be. Like life forms, I mean. I think on the contrary that in order to make proper first contact, we need to deconstruct a lot in ourselves. Like a lot. Like, most humans are not. My experience about talking about the possibility of first contact with a lot of people in our field for nearly 2 decades is that most humans are not really ready to think about these problems intelligently. They have a superficial assessment of, oh, it will be nice to talk to them, blah blah. But then they make zero effort toward that. Like, I know for a fact that some figures and organizations have the financial and material capability to at least make some kind of prototypal testing on expedition, and they do jack shit. I'll go over the data about this, but I'm extremely confident over that. Whatever, we'll go over that.
Of intelligence were to be found, not in faraway outer space, but within reach. Rather than suddenly arriving, they were always here, even well before our arrival, and entirely devoid of any intention of satisfying our whims. For example, any desire to conquer and enlighten us. They need nothing from us. They do not need our flesh, our democracy, our so-called philosophy.
This is not true. They need a lot from us. You know what? Not a paternalistic exploitation of whatever value, but like the simple fact that we could stop plundering their seas and, you know, destroying their lives and their cultures and exterminating whatever individuals are left of the species, for some of them. Like, yeah, obviously we should like divorce ourselves from whatever colonial aspect could be in first contact, but I mean, we can't deny the fact that we have a huge debt. It may not express itself in the conventional way, but here it is. Here it is. I mean, overfishing, pollution, hunting, captivity. I mean, just think of the debt we have toward the what, 1,000 captives today? But I go over that because those people look like good guys, right? I mean, I'm sure that if I talked with them, we would agree with 98% of shit. I mean,
philosophy, our economy, even our land. To all of this, they're completely indifferent. However, not to everything. Our true feelings, our inspiration, our passion, and our love. Us, the way we are in reality, naked and perfect, free from any artificiality. Their home covers 3/4 of the Earth's surface. We live on islands surrounded by their home. They are looking after the world's oceans, after the water, without which life is impossible. On this planet, this is the most important thing anyone could be looking after. They see how, as the result of our actions, the Earth is dying before our very eyes. How corals are turning grey. How the diversity of marine species is diminishing. How coasts are turning into rubbish dumps. They see no point in interacting with who we are at present, as from a rational point of view, it seems impossible to communicate with us.
why? Again, with the loaded terms, like,
With who we are at present. As from a rational point of view, it seems impossible to communicate with us. Also, because they know how afraid we are of this contact.
yeah, that's
They
true.
sense, on some base animal level, that it will force us to reconsider the very foundations of how we live.
No, that's pretty much true. But you know, you have.
Psychologists have a rule. There should be no intervention without being asked. There's no request coming from us. We have gone too far to be able to formulate it, and they have no reason to insist.
I mean, I could go over anecdotal evidence that, you know, cetaceans try to more or less establish some kind of contact with us, but whatever. I mean, yeah, they're pretty much right, but formulated in kind of like a, you know, a very poetic, in a very poetic, masturbatory way that I could just sum up in 5 seconds, but whatever. I wish I could see the game on the vid because
They live nearby, but we fail to acknowledge them as our equals in intelligence. Do we not see the evidence that this is what they are?
They're in front of our very eyes, but we're more comfortable pretending we don't see them. Apparently, such contact did once exist. In ancient Greek, the word dolphin itself meant brother.
I don't know if this is true, but This is probably bullshit. I'm going to look at it. Can you... No, it's a Greek Delphis come from womb, apparently, not from brother. The word for brother is adelphos, literally from the same womb, from together with it on Delphi's womb, and then it became, yeah. It's probably because dolphin means fish with womb. So it's not that directly the dolphin meant brother. It came from like a brother, womb, dolphin, fish with womb, dolphin, but it's not like there was an intermediary step. But whatever, this is factoid, I mean.
Then, humans had not yet lost contact with the world.
I mean, there weren't like some kind of linguistic contact between cetaceans and humans in ancient Greece, as far as I'm aware. Introduced that there were more worship-based relations with like hunting collaborations on relations that we today see like in some places in Brazil, on Mauritania, on Thailand, and as well with as well as solitary cetaceans encounters which are known from like today on the literature, like nothing very surprising. But I mean, I get the romanticism of depiction of dolphins in ancient Greece because they are quite impressive, but like
Things sacred.
I don't know who the fuck are those people. This is the very... I want to understand who the fuck are they. There is a French. Are they French? Intraterrestre, contact éphémère. Alexandre et Nicolas Watowski. Ok.
Oui, mais ce n'est pas comme dans les romans de science-fiction, où les extraterrestres débarquent.
Yeah, obviously we have friends in common. Yeah, obviously. Well, poor Mila and then Pisha. Yeah, Natasha and everything. Okay, well, let's see what happens. What the fuck is this? I've seen it around. Hope it's not some kind of... Doesn't look like some kind of stupid sanctuary. Yeah, because I looked at the website yesterday. No, what the fuck is this? Because they look... Yeah, they're Russians, okay. Can you see that? No, you can't see that, I'm sorry. That's them, and then... Nothing interesting. What the fuck? What are those? Why do they have like full websites? What? Why? What? Who are those people? Are they like some kind of cult? I don't want to have some kind of weird prejudice about them, but I'll ask Andrew about this because I want him to translate that. What I don't understand is who the fuck are those people? I don't understand. Oh my god, it looks like some kind of new shit. Okay, okay, no, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, it looks like some kind of weird crypto new shit. I don't want to burn bridges, but like, who the fuck are those people? I don't get what the. This looks weird, man. Is this some kind of. It looks like Scientology. This is weird. I hate when people write walls of texts on which mean nothing. I know I used to like write a lot on be a lot in the whole intellectual field, but like come on. I mean, it's autism a form of self whatever. It's controversial when it comes to what I was going to say so called high functioning autism, but even that notion is kind of controversial. I don't know, this is weird.
And alive. What remains of this knowledge can still be found today in artifacts of different cultures, but even more so within ourselves. All cultures have very similar myths about whales and dolphins. At different latitudes, there are sacred places associated with them. They feature in the legends of Atlantis, the flood, among the ancient Greek gods, Delphi, the city of the greatest oracle in history.
Fuck you! Why do you denounce me, you piece of shit?
Are the eternal symbol of harmony, freedom, strength.
Oh my god, they're going to attack me.
Life itself, and always of salvation.
Going to skip the religion. What kind of imagery they show?
There's no
Yeah,
other
okay, yeah,
creature on
obviously.
Earth that unites all these concepts.
Not necessarily.
There's no other creature that evokes so much pure joy in every human. Which means that we've always had this knowledge.
That's the thing though, I understand where he comes from, but like, shouldn't we try to like analyze the fantasy, but like divorce the fantasy from not the reality as some kind of abstract object? This is part of, you know, it's very convenient where you are a skeptic to talk about reality as a monolithical object of observation itself, which is far from self-evident. Like reality is not like a monoblock you can just look at, but like carefully analyze the construct, the data, discourses, you know, because obviously I prefer the perception that the ancient Greeks had of dolphins, and I believe it was closer to reality in a way. But what about it? But today's fantasies, while encompassing some of the idea of sapiency and whatnot, are based in some kind of like, you know, degree of fantasy over their bodies, the way they jump, the way they move and whatnot, this kind of like harkening back to the physical, blah blah. And then there's the whole paternalistic flipper like bullshit. Instead of like, here's the thing though, making first contact would probably instantly deconstruct all of this, right? And we will confront, not only we will confront ourselves to them as cultural social beings with a discourse, blah blah, but also as individuals. How can this be compatible with the stupid paternalistic fantasized mirror image we have of them and whatnot? You know, and also, okay, dolphins in this restricted sense of the tool shops are like species which has like a nose like that. What about all the other whale or dolphin species that don't correspond to this, like pilot whales, sperm whales, porpoises? Like,
Of them being, in fact, bearers of all these qualities. This connection with them is inscribed, hardwired in us, in our consciousness.
not necessarily, but okay.
Children who haven't yet begun to speak, who have never seen the sea, smile when they see an image of a dolphin.
Sure, but the image of a dolphin can be like an illustration that exaggerates certain traits, like the so-called smile. There are cultural aspects of it. A photograph can also be biased, believe it or not. When you have like in the popular culture, when we show we constantly show photographs of like captive tour shops begging to outside of the water with their mouth wide open or whatnot. Like it, I mean, obviously there are probably like aspects of the physiology that make us find them more sympathetic or whatnot, but the cultural aspects behind it cannot be ignored. And most importantly, this is important, I'm not fascinated by dolphins or whales or whatever. I'm not. I'm really not. If you want, I'm fascinated by dinosaurs, bugs. I'm not fascinated by cetaceans. I went toward the cetacean field because I was interested with the problematic of manipulation of the public by the dolphinarium industry, the way they create an image, they manufacture an image on a scenery to make believe that, you know, cetaceans are in this like parody of freedom or liberty or whatnot, the dolphinarium setting. And also because of the whole political aspect of it, like a sapient species exploiting another sapient species. But I'm not fascinated by dolphins by themselves. I don't give a fuck. I'm really not. I'm really not. In fact, I think that people that like are fascinated by, oh yes, the dolphin that smiles, blah blah. This is, I'm sorry, but for me, this is a way of not seeing things like, if you have this kind of morbid, near sexual fascination for cetaceans, you will perceive them like as objects of property, not as people to deal with. And I don't want to burn bridges. I can't blame you for having certain fantasies and whatnot, but it does model the water, if you will. It does generate a fog between us and them. You know, I'm not interested in them as an image. I'm interested in them as a people, if you will, as a all the day reality I can experience on actions and interact with. That's the thingy. And I could say that for other non-human species that don't necessarily have their intellect on linguistic capabilities and whatnot, right? But whatever, this is... I'm going to lose that party.
The dolphin is a totem of the human race, a symbol of kinship and protection. We have one common address, but they remember it. We, on the other hand, are suffering from amnesia. The moment we leave our state of senselessness, the contact will be established.
No, because
We
basically...
know that recognizing oneself in the mirror
No,
is evidence of self-awareness. When the mirror self-recognition test was invented, dolphins were among the first to pass it. Individual human beings can pass it at the age of 1.5 years. But has humanity as a whole...
I think technically the Gallup test is like was created like something like 20 years before they tested it formally in laboratories, but might be wrong on that. So don't take me at face value here.
reach that age? They are our mirror self-recognition test, a doorway through the looking glass.
Oh my god, this is so new agey. I hope the documentary I will make is not going to be like that, because if it is, I'm going just to end myself in Minecraft.
For us to be able to recognize ourselves in them, in some very essential aspects, they have to be similar to us.
Yes. The question is, what is really important for us? If we went to another planet, what would we hope to have in common with its inhabitants? A similarity in technologies, in lifestyle, or in the presence of love, mercy, and joy in their lives?
He's going to attack me. I'm
They are
probably,
amazingly
yeah, I'm
similar
probably
to us,
going to.
but their abilities are astonishing.
Piece of shit.
They live in contact with a world that is unattainable for our senses
Ah,
and
fuck, I
our
made a
science.
mistake.
They are fantastically harmonious. They are one with the ocean, with its vitality,
I
its tenderness.
I hate that discourse because I get what they mean, but it's so loaded though. Like, won't aliens look at us, see us on the land and say something like that? Yes, obviously cetaceans are far more pacific than us. They don't have like wars. This is something I was stressed out, right? But this is circumstantial. If all the material conditions had been set up, if they had, for instance, access to some kind of brain-computer interface technology, whatever, they may have stuff like war or whatever. We just don't know that. Like, I get what they mean on their like technically rights, but I'm always worried of discourses that look positive because they always hide some kind of paternalism or some kind of distanciation with the other, you know? And again, I don't want to burn bridges. There may be real cool people. It's possible that they may be allies in the future, post-contact. Who knows? Maybe some of them will collaborate with us on, or participate to the whole thingy or make their own devices and test them. But, you know, I think this discourse has limitations. That's my... Even the most positive discourse on cetaceans has inherent limitations that need to be bridged by first contact as a genuine operation, basically. Not just by me being like the pure guy that like has the right theory on that, you know.
They draw energy from the very instant and place where they need it. Their altruism, friendship, loyalty, affection, concentration are incomparably higher than ours. They travel holding hands. They give each other gifts, creating amazing works of water and air.
Yeah, but humans do the same. That like I know what they mean. They're not technically wrong, but like we also can create that. If anything, if anything, they're the mirror of the capability of humans to, you know, like how to put it. Oh, whatever. It's not important.
Unique and instantaneous, a state of happiness itself. Being separated from their families drives them insane.
Oh, that's true.
They are ready to sacrifice themselves
of
to
shit.
save their loved ones.
I think I'll lose, but my hope is that. Oh shit! Fuck you. Yes, obviously. Oh shit. Oh well. Is the city state? I could. Oh, fuck. I hope he's not going to.
Humans and dolphins are the only species on the planet that make love face to face.
No, that's not true.
Everything they do is permeated with love.
This is not true. Bonobos, apes do it, and well, technically, a lot of other cetacean species do it. I mean, mysticity whales and whatnot. This is, but whatever. I mean, also the thing is, on cetacean, it makes sense from an anatomical point of view, whereas in bonobo apes and in humans, it's not necessarily that intuitive, and can make sense from a more cultural point of view. But I mean, erotism in cetaceans is well described. And this is one of the big pieces of evidence of the sapiency. But whatever, it's again they use a very loaded, poetic way of addressing the problem which has inherent limitations and I don't really like, but whatever.
Whether relaxing, socializing, or playing, they fill almost every movement with love.
I don't like what I know what they mean, but like, no, I'm going to lose that round. Ah, shit.
They take every breath with awareness from the very first one. They come into the world in a different way without any need for a long awakening of consciousness.
This is kind of true, but
Consciousness
yeah.
is momentary, instantaneous. They are born aware.
Hmm.
Like us, they feed their children with milk. Like us, they pass on the most important thing, knowledge about the world and their place within it, and about life. However, it looks nothing like our school curricula. We call it culture. Theirs is different. From our point of view, there is nothing for consumption, only for construction.
Right, what did you say?
There is nothing for consumption, only for construction. From our point of view, there is nothing for consumption, only for construction.
What do they mean by that? That we build shit and but we consume stuff, like whatever. Ah, shit. No, I lost. Ah, fuck.
We are the only real threat for
Well,
them.
I'll retry.
Captivity in aquariums, polluted oceans, unbearable noise. Why, being so intelligent, do they put up with this?
Yeah, this is interesting. So they filmed, let me show you. Yes, I think that they filmed in
Why, being so
Indian
intelligent,
school.
do they put up with this?
I may be wrong with that. That would be interesting if it's the case because it could have been made in kind of like the context with like this legislation that was passed in. It wasn't a legislation. Basically, some ministry in one region of India made some kind of recommendation against the creation of dolphinariums in India, but it's not like, as far as I'm aware, it wasn't like a law. It was kind of exaggerated. It was back in 2013. I could be wrong on that.
Specifically because they're intelligent, in a sense that surpasses our usual conception of that term. Because in their world, shooting someone else, you inevitably hit yourself. The French word dauphin means king's heir.
The French word what? Well, yeah, but as far as I'm aware, I made research about that. As far as I'm aware, there's no connection between dauphin as the king's hair in French and dauphin, which is the same word for dolphin. Or like there is a link, but which is indirect. I think they don't come from the same etymology, but I have a doubt on that. But I'm pretty sure they're not connected directly.
Crown Prince, the eldest son who's to be crowned as king. They're 50 times older than us, and they treat us very much like we treat children.
We don't know that though. This is kind of the new age law
The
that
wisest among us used to say, Lord, teach us to pray. Teach us to do the heart's work, the embodiment of love. For no other ability is more important. Teach us to be mindful, for there's nothing else of value. Not to seek pleasure, but to create joy.
I had that Playmobil toy.
Not to be cruel, not to fight wars, but to love. If I can speak languages and have all the knowledge, but don't have love.
Oh my god, there's probably some kind of core new age shit because when they reuse like Indian or Chinese culture in that way, it's loaded with a certain whatever.
Empty vessel.
Like, oh, love, blah blah. I'm not interested in that discourse. I'm sorry if I'm being a huge level Zizek right now, but like, I'm not interested by this shit. Show me. Yeah, I think it's kind of a new age thing because
purpose of education is to pass on a worldview, a vision of the world that generates behavior that isn't conditioned by external circumstances. Not reactive, but coming from within. A code of life. Dolphins have it. One point will suffice to prove it. They don't retaliate for the pain we inflict on them.
This is okay. It's complicated. So basically, yes, in general, cetaceans appear to be more pacific than us. Uh, 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 as far as I'm aware, we haven't seen like retaliation of cetaceans during like the Taiji hunts, typically. In the history of whaling, it's mostly from sperm whales, as far as I'm aware. And even then, there's like I know there's some anecdotal case of like sperm whales being mostly friendly with boats at the time, back in the 19th centuries, like the same individuals, right? But then being like like retaliating against whaling boats and whatnot. But like the thing is, humans can have pacific cultures. We have many instances of that, both in an extent population I believe they're called the Batek people in Malaysia, or like this the so-called Moriori people in the Chatham Island in New Zealand, which have nearly disappeared as a culture because of European or Maori colonization. We know that some big civilizations, such as the Indus Valley civilization, had, for reasons that are not very clear, mostly Pacific ideology, and we know that because we have found nearly no weapons in their archaeological sites, and because their imagery didn't include the military iconography, and also because we haven't found any trace of like warfare in the so-called archaeological sites. But again, this is probably due to cultural reasons. If cetaceans had all the material conditions, they'd probably be more like us. And the other thing is, no, we have cases of retaliation. I mean, captive orcas, some captive orcas did that. Some captive cetaceans that did have bit, sorry, their captors or visitors. They're rare. Retaliation is rare. In some solitary cetaceans, you have like some dolphins that are really like harassed systematically by hundreds of people. Yeah, there you can see some retaliation in the form of like beating some people with their dorsal, with their caudal fins or whatnot. Even then, it's kind of rare. The case of the Brazilian solitary tiao is very well known because it led to the accidental death of two drunken swimmers during the night that harassed the dolphin. But like, they're rare. But I want to be on the nuance here. Like, they're clearly more pacific than us. But we don't need the loaded new age discourse. We can talk about that without it. You know what I mean? We can address those differences or those perks from the dolphin side without what looks like some kind of weird orientalistic whatever.
Natural world's most powerful predators. They can kill us with one blow of a tail, but they never do it, even to protect themselves from violence. They have a built-in, unconditional prohibition on causing harm to humans that overrides...
I don't agree with that. So here's my problem, okay? So I don't want to strawman then, okay? But like, to strawman a bit the bulk of my activism, I find it funny, right, that so many people in my activism scream when I talk about the possibility of an innate ground of hunting in cetaceans, on trying to refocus on what could be like have some kind of more innate genetic ground in cetacean behavior, while obviously this, considering the whole cultural sapiency, blah, blah. But then they talk, but this is at least my impression of people like Marino, right? They appear to talk about moral in cetaceans as something that will be like ingrained in the way their brain is shaped, or on some kind of genetic grounds. And I totally disagree with that. Like, in human beings, it's absolutely clear that it is heavily conditioned by culture. Why not accepting, and not accepting, like, why not admitting the possibility that this non-violence may have a cultural background, which could totally make sense from the shape of the environment. I mean, they live in the sea with everything it implies in terms of space and resource management and whatnot. It's very possible that they don't need to make war due to very plain material conditions that then were spread by a culture. We know, for instance, very concretely that the Moriori people from the Chatham Island were, Polynesian people that came on these remote, small Chunju Islands, and according to what we know of their culture and oral tradition, they were waging war, and then at some point they united under the banner of some, I don't remember, some kind of chieftain or prophet, and basically they encoded in their culture, okay, that they should acquire a radical form of nonviolence. Why? Because there were so few people on such small islands with not a lot of resources and food and whatnot that they couldn't allow themselves to make war, because if they did, they would have exterminated themselves. So they encoded themselves this whole moral system to not do that. So when those in the mid 19th century, when this, I don't remember the name of that Maori population that had acquired like muskets and whatnot, came with their boats on the Chatham Islands and conquered them and enslaved them, they decided not to retaliate because of the moral conduct, code of conduct. That may be kind of like a myth. My understanding is that there was at least that there is at least a part of truth in it. But this begs the question of like, cetacean may very possibly have like a cultural aspect to it. Like the idea that it may like be ingrained in the way the brain is folded, or I don't agree with that. I generally don't agree with that. I mean, this for me is a premise that needs to be deconstructed and questioned. This is why we need first contact, basically, to ask them about this,
Right, even the instinct of self-preservation. Because if you're capable of killing children, you're insane.
Well, that's kind of stupid because A, we have some limited cases of infanticide in cetaceans, in Thorsup's dolphin in particular, which are extremely fucking rare, by the way. They were instrumentalized by some idiots online to like push the agenda that the whole narrative that dolphins are dangerous rapists and we shouldn't like go in contact with them, which is stupid. But we do have some limited accounts of infanticide in dolphins, which are marginal but exist. So, and most importantly, infanticide is extremely common in the animal kingdom, and also, unfortunately, many human cultures. So, are we insane? Are those other species insane? Not necessarily. It shows that the question of violence in others is a tricky, complex one. And it's absolutely clear that cetaceans are more non-violent than us. It's a key aspect of showing their sapiency, by the way. But we need to be in the nuance. We need to try to weave a real interspecies and intercultural dialogue with them instead of just masturbating with our own concepts and views of what we have of them. That's the problem. That's why first contact is so important.
It's been said, be like children and enter the kingdom of heaven. Crowned as kings, what do we teach our children?
Oh my
so
God.
They won't miss out on the most important things in life when they grow up. What kind of princely schooling have we invented for them, and what will they inherit? What answers to the main questions can we pass on to them? As you treat others, so shall you be treated. It's not that they value our lives more than their own. It's because they value us more than we value ourselves.
We don't know
They
that.
see something we ourselves don't see. In order to live like this, an amazing language is needed, an ability to speak to one another and the world as equals.
They have such a language quite unlike ours. A different kind of relationship with the world,
If they
a different language. There's a language for solid forms and definitions, and there's a language for...
Okay, if they're going to use the Bayesian theory of cetacean communication, I'm going to end myself in Minecraft so fucking hard. If they use telepathy or whatever, I don't agree with that, but for me, like the Bayesian take makes poorly sense. Its premise are faulty for many reasons, but I'll go over that.
fluidity and infinity. We have something similar.
Oh,
Music.
nice. Yeah, fuck, that's the bait and take. I knew it.
A means of enchantment.
I knew it. They will use the bait and take. I knew it. Oh my god, I'm so fucking triggered right now. Okay, no, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, okay? It's possible they refer to music because they're referring, right now they're using the image of a Mysticeti whale. So it's possible, sorry, it's just the backgrounds. It's possible that they're referring to the so-called whale songs. So here I can understand the use of the notion of song here. But I swear to fucking God, if they use the Bayesian theory, I'm going to like, I'm going to take rip my own balls and shove them into my ass. In Minecraft, okay? Like, the reasons why this doesn't work, I'll go over that because this is important to deconstruct, right? There's a lot of bullshit theories about cetaceans that tend to like everything that has to do with Manger's views on their brain physiology. Well, Justin Gregg is particular. I don't agree with him, but I get his point. And again, I prefer an intelligent conservative than a dumb progressivist. Like, unfortunately, I won't lie. I don't want to burn bridges here again, but I believe that Thomas White book is a good instance of what will be a dumb take on the progressivist side of the world cetacean discourse. But the Bayesian theory for me is like a good instance of. I'll go over that, but.
Infinity. We have something similar. Music. Once it was not only a diversion, it was also a means of enchantment, healing, a dialogue with nature. Such a language cannot be memorized through repetition. It won't work.
What?
Every
Why?
moment is unique.
This is not true because we know that cetaceans, whale songs, also sperm whale codas, but in particular when it comes to Mysticeti songs, we do have patterns and shit. I know there's something with the uniqueness and everything, but my understanding is that they also identified patterns on like songs that have like they're like memes or fashion statements. Like some songs are repeated during some length of times by several individuals of the same sex or whatever.
Every thought, feeling, movement, or word in it generates a wave that changes the world.
Yep, Matterhorn.
Sadness, anxiety, joy, gratitude. We not only experience them, we radiate them. This language is not just a way of describing the world, but an action that allows the recreation of the universe anew each and every time.
Ah, yes, a city state.
Once a year, whales
Scientific
several
one.
points around the globe. For 2 weeks, they suspend all activities except one, surfacing only to breathe and dive again. The rest of the time, they hover vertically at shallow depths and sing. Could
Shit.
it be the very word we have forgotten? That was the beginning of all beginnings.
Oh, this is such huge bullshit. Ah, this is good for a city state. Buris is militaristic, but maybe I could. Shit. Ah, shit. I'm going to lose. They're going to forward settle me on them.
Sounds like musicians of genius.
Oh,
I can feel it. The rhythms of their songs are unlike any other patterns. except those are the chants of monks in a handful of monasteries, where they still remember how it is done. Whales and monasteries. In what kind of space do they...
I don't know what they use that. I thought this was like what, monasteries? What do you mean by monasteries?
Monasteries.
What?
In what kind of space do they intersect?
What are monasteries? They don't mean monasteries, right?
In what kind of space do they intersect? Whales and monasteries. In what kind of space do they intersect?
Oh, this is stupid.
The ocean is a gigantic amplifier. When beauty sounds within it, harmony is created. When terror sounds within it, destruction intensifies. What we do to water, the deafening noise with which we have filled the ocean, causes their brains to bleed. They go mad and strand themselves on beaches.
No. Okay, no. Okay, yes, they mean the military stuff. Okay, yeah, no, they're right. I thought they meant something else. Okay, yeah.
Each of them has a brain that is far more developed than ours. It seems very strange. After all, in our understanding, they don't create anything.
This is not. This is. I'll go over that. If you know me, you know why I'm critical of the brain discourse. Again, I'm not interested in brain. I'm interested in behavior. I think behavior is what makes the other. Not brain. That epistemologically, behavior makes far more sense than brain. It's more martial element to assess the other as a person on that. Again, this is why we need first contact. We need interpersonal relations that judge them as who they are, not because of the fucking brain. Like, do I judge the other as another in my society because of its brain faults or presence of a spindle sense or like the size of the neocortex like, oh my god. And also, here's the thing though, like we think that they don't create anything, blah blah, but the thing is that it's not for nothing. They create things from an acoustical point of view. Everything in the whole cetacean lives revolves around the acoustic. That's the whole point. That's the meme, or whatever.
What do they do?
They produce nothing that is material, nothing palpable.
Yes,
Millions of years,
some waves are
they have
palpable.
retained giant brains and the largest hearts in the world. It means that both are needed now and always. It means that this is necessary for whatever they are doing here, or what is being done through them. It's something an intelligent mind should be able to do. Water, a tangible wave, is a perfect conduit between the unmanifested and the material, between the potential and the embodied. It's a habitat that consists of building blocks for miracle working. We are only able to see frozen shapes. They see the process of
it's probably
creation
Mali.
itself, and they are mindfully involved in it.
This is a great
This
place.
is not mysticism. It is a different physics. A magnum opus.
But it's kind of, well, whatever. It just looks like Poland. Yeah, Poland. The music is nicer than the other ones. It looks more like Vangelis. You know Vangelis, the one that made the music for Blade Runner. I mean, they write on paper and some stuff like, yes, they have a system which is like based on acoustics rather than material creation, blah blah, and it's as much value as ours and whatnot. But like, This is the new age thingy that bothers me, and then like masturbating about station intelligence of first content, not doing anything on the side, despite clearly like having some financial capability to do so on the manpower on networking.
Out, there is a certain free space, a rabbit hole designed to allow a leap from one opportunity to another. The space where miracles happen. They live holding their breath, and they are never fully asleep. They are the only creatures on the planet who constantly remain alert. Dreaming.
This is
cherished aspiration of all creative minds. Deep.
This is not totally exact. I believe I believe birds are like a very like cetacean when it comes to sleep patterns, with half of their brain being active and the other inactive. And I'm pretty sure, especially birds that migrate and fly all the time, like airpods and swifts, swallows, are at some degree constantly like conscious or whatever.
Meditation, the main secret of all spiritual teachings.
No, I don't think going for religion is the good idea here. I should go for especially with that poor science.
If humans are the crowning glory of creation, it is because of our ability to create.
What?
To realize what we conceive, to make what did not exist before, ability to create. If humans are the crowning glory of creation, it is because of our ability to create.
So basically they just said for like 1 hour and a half, well, 30 minutes here, the cetacean are equals in intelligence, or that it is so beautiful and visionary and so superior to us, that they said that we're the crowning glory of creation. Really?
If humans are the crowning glory of creation,
Really?
because of our ability to create, to realize what we conceive, to make what did not exist before, to connect the possible and the real.
But we don't know if the cetacean don't do that. Obviously they don't make shit, but like they make acoustic stuff. We don't know their acoustic, the way they use ultrasounds for odontosets and infrasounds for baleen whales may carry cultural significance or whatnot we know, that they may perceive as genuine creations, fleeting ones, you know, that we can find in the archaeological fossil records, but nonetheless cultural aspects that cannot be ignored. So, whatever.
To extract the best future from a space of possibilities. Apart from them, there are no other teachers on the planet who can teach us all we need to know to do this. Just in time, before we unlearn all this entirely, before we lose the ability, without which we can do nothing but perpetually chase after survival.
I don't understand that sentence. I don't know if the we was oh no, I don't care.
In spite of all this, we still don't acknowledge them as sentient beings. How is this even possible?
I mean, you just don't call them. You just say that we were the crowning. Oh my god, whatever.
To real. There are no. Before we unlearn all this entirely, we need to know to do this. Just in time. Before we unlearn all this all we need to know to do this. Apart from them, there are no other teachers on the planet who can teach us all we need to know to do this.
So they just say that cetacean can teach us to be what we already are, that makes us the crowning glory of creation. What the fuck is this shit? I fucking hate when humans just shot themselves in the foot. It's amazing. It's always about those species, you know? The wolf fucking discourse, when we masturbate for 1 hour and a half about cetacean intelligence, the big brain, whatever the fuck, the brain being so bigger than ours, whatever the fuck, it always comes back to humans being on the upper side. Always. Always. Can promise you. No. She may not attack me, but...
In spite of all this, we still don't acknowledge them as sentient beings. How is this even possible?
According to one definition, intelligence is an ability to use the powers of the world without destroying that world. It's rarely remembered, because for humanity, it sounds like a condemnation. The intelligence tests to which we've subjected them say more about us than about them.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
test can a caterpillar offer a butterfly? In our difficult cohabitation, we're too preoccupied with ourselves to be able to clearly see them. But most importantly, we see no reason to do so. We're looking for practical benefits, and they have nothing to offer for our consumption except themselves. They do not build megacities, do not improve amenities, do not protect property.
We don't know that. We don't know that. No, I don't agree with that. We don't know that. They probably don't have the notion of property as a fixated real estate as we have in the West. That's for sure. But no, we don't know that. They may very well have a notion of property when it comes to like haliotic resource space. In fact, we know that there is some degree of competition between the different cetacean groups. We have extensive anecdotic evidence that captive cetaceans can form understand their floating objects or whatever as theirs, be jealous of when someone tries to take a female from there. Like, it's absolutely clear. This is also a good counter argument against Bateson theories, but no, we don't know that. This idea, on the contrary, I think we have to assume that they must understand at some degree their some of the haliotic resources, the fishes and whatnot out there, as theirs, and some of the spaces as theirs. At least we need to go with that premise when it comes to addressing them or talking to them when it comes to the management of all of this. We have to. We cannot disregard the problem. Whatever. I know what he means, but whatever.
Business and politics. They have no economic reforms.
We don't know that. Obviously, don't have politics. But I mean, on politics isn't just like Donald Trump making a discourse. Politics is fundamentally about the organization of social beings. Even chimps have politics. We know that. Why wouldn't they have some kind of basic organization determined by cultural aspects and whatnot? There is extensive evidence from the way they function, both as free individuals in captivity, with cultural differences between members of the same species and whatnot, to show that some degree of politics exists between those species. So,
Peacekeepers with guns, priests on the payroll, no private possessions, and no immovable property. They do not make things immovable.
again, we don't know that, but whatever.
For them, the idea itself is equivalent to death. Instead of charity,
What?
they have things immovable. For them, the idea itself is equivalent to death. Instead of charity, they have compassion. Instead of diplomacy, sincerity. Instead of museums,
We don't know that. They may have some kind of...
nations.
They may have some system of diplomacy. Again, I know what they mean, but like, do you see how such loaded terms can go against cetaceans with a discourse that looks like it's favorable to them? You know, like, again, this is what we need first contact. Like,
Direct contact with energy.
do you recall whatever it means? What kind of energy? Like spiritual, like physical, because they eat the fish directly. What we do, since we also eat food and extract energy from carbohydrates or whatnot. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Our high-rise office buildings, long-term plans, legal acts, scandalous divorces, concrete
we don't-
fences,
no.
frozen food, amusement parks, property divisions, world championships, potency boosts, highly
Long-term planning is fundamental aspect of sapiens. It's absolutely clear that cetaceans have some kind of long-term planning when it comes to the way they move in the ocean for to find their food and whatnot. It's absolutely clear by the way the moving patterns function, especially for highly migrating species. It's at least extremely probable that due to the degree of cognition, they have some kind of ability for long-term planning when it comes to the management of their resources. But
placed officials, stockbrokers, driving licenses.
I will have to look at the data again on stream or do the whatever. This is not important.
Tax declarations, solemn vows, membership cards, elite schools, contraceptives, silicone beauties, messianic ambitions, exhausting diets, society routes, career advancements, fashion accessories.
I mean, that's just the good savage cliche, just instead of doing it on other humans, we do it on cetaceans, but you know. Like on solemn vows, we don't know that. We don't know how they go to function. On the contrary, it's probably that if they're so pacific, is that they have like strong systems of self-check, self-discipline, conceptual system that punishes violence or whatnot. In order to create a system that condemns violence, you need an extremely solid conceptual on cultural system, you know. On the contrary, you cannot be like just you non-violence in cultures needs an extremely solid cultural edifice. That's what I mean, you know. So whatever.
All those other things that constantly worry us, disrupting our sleep, all of that has no purpose or meaning for them.
I could try to, but there's no one here. Yeah, but there's
nothing we can take from them, as they have no possessions. Unlike us, they know they don't own the world and the strength given to them. The ocean, light, freedom, no one can own them.
But we don't know that. We don't know that. They may have some concept of ownership of oceanic spaces. We don't know that. That's part of the problem. We're literally destroying the environment or taking their fish, or not even having the decency to ask them what they think about this, you know? It's amazing because, again, this is why we need first contact, not for them to teach us how to be like genuine banks or whatever the fuck, not to have them be some kind of, I don't want to use the word, but like, you know, the notion of magic N-word, you know, no. We need to go toward them and ask them, what do you want? Is this a problem when we take fish from our oceans? Do you want to make specific claims? Like, I'm sorry, like, oh, whatever.
And contact with them has already been given to us.
That is just why kill with extra steps. I'm not interested in that discourse.
Accept it. We must change our view of the world. But that is unbearably difficult for us. We would have to reject the piles of nonsense that we saw as our world, our values, and ourselves.
It's not actually true, but, you know. If it's... Cetaceans are not here to make some kind of pseudo-Krishnamurtian discourse about... Like, cetaceans are not here to be your fucking healers. I mean, okay, it's fine, right? The discourse isn't as fucked up as some of the big fucking hardcore new ages out there when it comes to this whole cetacean discourse, but like, come on. I like this. This is interesting, this whole... This must be from India, but from... Oh no, it's Pakistan. Okay, yeah, interesting. Interesting. Is this traditional? Hesitating. I don't believe they will attack me. My bet is that they will... Oh. They'll settle here, that's for sure. This is not good. This is not a good terrain. It's not... It kind of sucks. What, is this a dolphinarium? I believe so. Oh, it's kind of ridiculous. It's horrible, man. Also, this is... I believe this borders them from a physiological point of view, but this is not good for their internal organs and shit. I may be wrong on that, though. I have a doubt. I know there are claims that this is... Having them on the on land like that is harmful to them, but whatever. I won't go for religion. I'll just...
We are, in fact, aware that everything we've invented and used as reference has expired. There are no more solutions within our previously established picture of the world, but we desperately cling to it, unable to believe that we've already created insurmountable circumstances where the very notion of resistance is meaningless.
Resistance
In this
futile.
force, there is fear, disunity, and helplessness. We're trying to stop a war with new wars. They have no answers as to how to arrange things for the consumer, and we do not know yet how to ask different questions.
I mean, this is basically just Guido Krishnamurti, like put in a blender or distilled it at 1/10 of its initial intelligence and discourse and injected in what appears to be a progressive take on the whole cetacean thingy, but which has its flaws. Like, they seem like good guys, right? But like, if anything, it based, I don't know, man. I really hope they're not Bethesdian because it seems like they have a very, they get some stuff, right? But like, they seem to have an extremely superficial take on the whole first contact thingy. I don't know, man.
And yet, at least at an individual level, this kind of contact is possible.
Yes, en masse, we cannot slip through the eye of the needle. It is about your choice. But if you make up your mind, what awaits you is a very risky experience. If you are not ready to go through with it, if you are here only out of curiosity...
Okay, but what did those people do with cetaceans, though? I'm not trying to make some kind of like, hey, what are you doing in the field? Gotcha, right? But we're talking about an organization that seems to have like dozens of people, quite good networking, probably have some degree of wealth, on which have been doing this shit for years. Are they trying to collaborate with people that have been doing this shit since decades? Or like, it seems they just like co-opted the whole first contact discourse about cetacean, did nothing about it. Like, at least the New Agers that think that they have like telepathic contact with them, I don't agree with them, but at least they mount expeditions and claim to do some kind of discovery. But here it's just like, you make some workshops where people like, and also like, I strongly suspect that they use cetaceans as a medium to have some, as a way to convey a larger New Age talk about civilization and shit instead of like focusing on cetaceans themselves. Like, I don't know, man, it's weird.
They will leave, because it can knock you off your feet. It leaves no stone unturned in the fortress that you have been building around yourself for years. You took that step into the vortex and emerged in another universe. You will make your way back to the shore, but you will never be the same. Not because you met someone else, but because you have come to know yourself.
No! No! No, no! That's the problem, right? No! It's because you've met someone else. That's the point. When I met Randy for the first time and I've seen here, I saw a total alien. I couldn't get him. It was like a log here, looking at me and just not giving a fuck about me. Or he probably saw me as some kind of weird fucking alien. But the power here wasn't about myself. I don't care about myself. I'm a fucking neurotic, queer, small queer Jew from France and Argentina that don't know half of how my unconscious or my id or my ego function. On that, I mean, it's not about myself. It's about them. The discourse should be about them. Who cares about us as us? Obviously, we should care about this when it comes to deconstruct our ideas, be critical of the way we think about ecology, politics, other cultures, all of this shit. But who cares about us? We're faced with another species which not only is radically different, blah, blah, but also the victim of our anthropogenic activities. Concretely, we're depleting their fishes, destroying their environment, like enslaving somebody. Like, it's fucked up. I don't know where to fucking start. All the fucking time, even with the most progressivist people out there, apart perhaps with someone like Ken, which I consider as a friend, it always hark back to fucking Homo sapiens. Or as someone else has said, let me show you that. You know, shit. Want to make my point on the fucking. What is this? It's. Come on, man. Where is the. The Federation is nothing more than Homo sapiens only club. I want to show you the extract because it's quite famous among trekkers. What is that?
So today we're
Okay, this is funny. Ah, shit. I want to show you that, oh, fuck. Oh my god, they removed it. I think so, because they should have found. Yes. Let me show you that.
I offer a toast. The undiscovered country. The future.
Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1.
You have not experienced Shakespeare until you have read him in the original Klingon.
No, it's from that. It's from that moment. But I can't find. Where the dinner scene, yeah. Wait.
I offer a toast.
Captain Kirk, I thought our future.
Chancellor,
That future here.
tell me, Captain Kirk, would you be willing to give up Starfleet?
Far be it for me to dispute my first officer. But Starfleet has always been before.
Captain, there's no need to mince words. In space, all warriors are cold warriors.
General, are you fond of Shakespeare?
We do believe all planets have a sovereign claim to inalienable human rights.
Inalien. If you could only hear yourselves. Human rights. Why, the very name is racist. Federation is no more than a Homo sapiens only club.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you have to understand, and that's exactly what's going on here, people. Like, I mean, when it comes to that discourse, right? Like, this is it. This is the Homo sapiens only club. It's always harks back to us. Like, the whole point of the clash of the discovery is the fact that we're faced with someone else, radically someone else, but someone else nonetheless, with a total different situation of life, which is fundamentally the victim of anthropogenic activities as well. And it has nothing to do with, it has to do with ourselves from like material aspect and whatnot, but this is not about ourselves. This is about them. This is about them being the victims of our anthropogenic activities. You know what I mean? Whatever.
But you will never be the same. Not because you met someone else, but
What would be the wrong thing with like being different because you met someone else, right? What would be the problem with that?
Because you have come to know yourself.
I think they're going to try to attack me. So what I will do... If they're going forward, it's because they're preparing an attack.
What happens at such a moment cannot be described with words. You live in a house where the lights are permanently off. It would be enough to press the switch button, but you get accustomed to doing everything by feel in the darkness. You beat a narrow path through the invisible piles, and having learned it, convince yourself you have photophobia. Then suddenly you decide to turn on the light and go blind to the past.
No, they fucked off. Okay. They were probably preparing an attack. Okay, I'm not interested by this stupid music. This isn't quite interesting. They're playing with a weight. This is quite well known in cetology. I'm not interested by that. Oh, interesting.
Interact with us in any way, except when there's a physical need to save us. They are not humans. They do not seek contact with us in any way, except when there's a physical need to save us.
No, this is not true. Absolutely not true. Absolutely a fucking lie. This totally, between other things, it totally disregards solitary cetaceans that go toward humans for reasons that clearly have to do with their preferences on their choices. Why, we don't know. Is it cultural? Is it individual? We have no fucking idea. But they clearly do for themselves and not for saving fucking humans. This idea, I know what they're going to say. Oh yeah, but there are some of them that go toward us because they want to save us from whatever. We don't know that. Randy appears to like human contact because he enjoys that, you know? Or it may have something to do with some cultural or ideological aspect we have no idea of. But I really doubt that he's there to save our souls from what, like, yes, some solitary cetacean had some kind of empathic aspect, yes. Like, I think of notably Pelurus Jack. Pelurus Jack was that rhino dolphin that helped in New Zealand. There was some, like, reef that was super dangerous to boats. He would basically go there and guide the boats in the area so they wouldn't collide with the reef, right? This is yes, altruism plays a role. Like, I've read in West Dog book, I think he mentions moments where, I don't know if it was Donald or some other dolphins from back in the 70s or 80s in Ireland, that were, when he perceived that someone was like drowning or in danger, he would systematically try to save them and whatnot. Yes, in that sense, yes. But then, what about, for instance, what about cetaceans that collaborate with humans in the context of hunting, like in Laguna in Brazil, in that place in Mauritania, in Thailand with the Irrawaddy dolphins, like or like Old Tom on these other orcas that helped whalers kill whales. They clearly were here due to a collaborative aspect, because they profited from it, because they gave them food, or they could obtain something that they couldn't have obtained without the human presence there. What about that? They're not here to save the fucking humans. They're here to fucking feed. Yet, it was a totally valuable form of relationship that we don't know that. Maybe first contact politics in the future, if we play Ruko's right, could lead to the use of such devices in those regions, on the creation of human relations between those fishermen and those dogs. We don't know that. This is the newest shit creeping again, unfortunately not being helpful. I'm sorry, people. And again, I know some of you in both the anti-sanctuary on the first contact group are like kind of favorable to this, and I'm not going to burn bridges. You know, kudos to you. But like, I want you to really understand the inherent limitation of that discourse. You know, like, I'm not here to shit on your idols or whatever, but I want you to understand that a human discourse, because it is a human discourse embedded in the current capitalistic material society, blah blah, has inherent limitations. You know, when it comes to, I'm not here to help humans. Fuck humans, okay? I'm anti-civ. Fuck humans, okay? I want to help cetaceans. I want to help the fucking dolphins here. And helping them comes to first contact, the construction of the way we function, thinking about our discourses, hearing their claims, trying to fight for a very material form of emancipation, where fighting against their overfishing, slavery, against it has nothing to do with some wanking of new age discourse about the healing power of cetaceans and saving ourselves from whatever the fuck. Oh my god, I want to kill myself in Minecraft. Whatever. And we have, obviously, all the cases of cetacean helping humans, but again, it begs the question how the culture function. Maybe they have like cultural modalities that push them toward a certain respect for life, or maybe it's a more complicated system. Well, cultures can be extremely complex from a structural, conceptual point of view. They may save humans for reasons we don't even begin to understand, due to theological, spiritual, conceptual reasons that may be extremely fucking complex, and that that may have nothing to do with some kind of idea of sanctity of life or respect for life. We don't know that. Well, we know that they save. Well, here's the thing. I think that the fact that they save humans may have at least partly something to do with a recognition of us as like intelligent beings. I'm pretty sure of that. But well, we have cases of cetaceans saving seals and dogs and whatnot. But again, like, if anything, this data, anecdotal evidence, data we have gathered since centuries and whatnot of cetaceans saving humans and whatnot, should push us toward a different kind of politics, and should push us toward first contact, like real first contact, not a hangout in a boat next to some pilot whales in the Azores 10 years ago. No, genuine first contact on whatever.
They are not humans. They cannot talk out of fear, politeness, or boredom.
We don't know that. Like, okay, yes, in a sense that first, it has nothing to do with being humans. It has to do with material conditions. Maybe if the culture had been, if they had lived in another reality, then the culture may have played out differently. We don't know that. Secondly, yes, obviously, like cetaceans that were forced on coaxes to speak in like the context of Johnson Lilly's first and second tentative towards cetacean first contact, and then other captive first contact operations seems to have failed. But for me, it has to do, yes, with trying to force them with brain conditioning or whatnot, instead of engaging into a, horizontal, genuine dialogue, which also is the problem with harassing and whatnot, because they self-sabotage their own operations. But I go over that. But, like, whatever.
Instead of pity, there's care. Instead of rules of propriety, there's authenticity and honesty. Instead of entertainment, there's interest.
We don't know that.
Respect. It is impossible to extort what is given freely. You cannot pretend to be someone else for the sake of a nice photo. When you are being x-rayed, you cannot pretend to be someone you are not. There is nothing to negotiate. If you are not genuine, there will be no contact.
Oh my god, this is just some newish bullshit mixed with cetacean. Bothers the fuck out of me. I hate that discourse.
This contact has no other purpose. It provides just one thing.
Yes, it has a purpose. helping cetaceans, as a people. I don't give a fuck about fucking hairless monkeys, okay? I mean, I do give a fuck. I'm human. I live in a human reality. I'm all for protection of minorities, socialists, blah, 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 obviously. But, like, in this particular context, the problem are cetaceans. Cetaceans are suffering from human activities. I'm not trying to contact cetaceans for the sake of humans. Fuck humans. Fuck Homo sapiens. This is the Homo sapiens only club. All over again. It doesn't have another purpose. Yes, it has. It's cetaceans themselves. How can't you realize this shit? Oh my god, what? Oh.
Forces you to irreversibly change your life.
No, I don't care about humans changing their lives. I don't care about, oh, I changed irreversibly my life, oh la la. And if there's no benefit for cetaceans, what is the interest of that? Who gives a fuck? I know what you're going to say. Oh, yes, but if humans change their mentality, they're going to change the mentality towards cetaceans. Really? How does 3 people in that New Age context having some kind of enlightened view of cetaceans is going to change the material condition of cetaceans? How? We need first contact, the real one, not the telepathic one, not the music-based one, okay? No, the real one, with machines, with like spoken contact, with exchanges. Not this fucking bullshit, for God's fucking sake. And I know some of those people are smart, okay? I know some of those people are cool and I'm sure they could change their mind, but like...
You will cease to take interest in much of what was previously so important. Issues, activities, goals, acquaintances. Once the tears dry, you'll realize that you have new eyes. The most important thing has happened to you. A change in the position of the observer. A whale is growing inside you.
Oh my god, seriously?
It's modeling you from the inside. From this moment on, you are...
I was going to make a sexual joke about, you know, a whale growing inside of you. But...
no longer cut off from the world. You become equal to your own self.
It means nothing, my god. They just took like theosophy on then they homeopathized whatever was left from New Age from the 1900s and then, oh my god, I'm just fuck.
It is a very strange contact, one in which we can find ourselves. A fleeting contact.
It's a contact that people always seek and always fear. To notice means to acknowledge and accept, then there'll be no going back. If you love someone, you give them full and unconditional freedom of choice. Until we're ready, such a contact will be premature. Untimely kindness is evil.
No. I know what they're going to say. Like, oh yeah, but but you want to make first contact, right? But if you're not ready, like mentally, to like welcome them in our minds, what would be the point? Whatever. First, they just said that making contact with cetacean was a good idea because it would change our minds. So this could self-contradict itself. So fuck it. Secondly, like obviously, like how's to put it? First contact, the real one with words, not the fake one. Won't imply just positive shit. There will probably be new forms of exploitation, new forms of abuse. But the whole point is that a reality where they can make claims, talk about their experience, and participate in society, even in a very marginal way, is preferable. Obviously, a reality where they're not perceived as animals is preferable than a reality where they're understood as de facto animals. That's the problem. I like that shit.
If you love someone, you give them full and unconditional freedom of choice. Until we're ready, such a contact will be premature. Untimely kindness is evil.
Yes, and then to make contact, you need to pay 2,000 euros to some fucking guru. Oh, fuck.
Their attitude shows respect for our choice and our way, whatever they are. You cannot force somebody to be themselves. Nothing is done against our will. This has been going on for a long time, but now we're about to take the final exam, and there'll be no resitting that exam. What we have done to the planet has put it on the brink of extinction. This cannot go on any further. It's about time we introduced ourselves. Dolphins, humans, Humans, dolphins.
How do you propose that? It's so fucking funny because those people never, as far as I'm aware, as far as I've searched, those people aren't those people aren't proposing a specific project. They're not trying to contact people that worked in similar projects, trying to put them together to work in a common goal. They're not saying stuff like, hey, maybe we could like try a machine or whatever. Even if there were New Agers that believed into the telepathy thing, I would get it, okay? I don't agree with the telepathy thing, but for me, it's part of a certain discourse about contact that I can accept insofar that it seeks the idea of some kind of exchange of information. But here it's just, oh yes, contact, oh yes, contact. And then what? What kind of contact? What modalities? What about the other projects? Like, oh, whatever.
We can bury our heads in the sand again. We can continue to see them as funny animals, as material for animal feed, the entertainment industry, and military amusement rides. Yet, in doing so, we choose not their destiny.
I mean, they're right, but the problem with that is that the consideration of cetaceans as healers also entered in an understanding of them as commodities. I know, it's more subtle than this, obviously, because you have people, for instance, like Horace Dobbs, that did understood them as having, like, not properties by themselves. He wasn't like a straight New Ager, but dolphins as de facto being able to help people with depression and whatnot. And I can understand this, and I have a lot of respect for Horace Dobbs, but like, the notion of cetaceans as healers may be a tad superior to the other ones, but it is still embedded and ingrained. It still carries this notion of the other as a commodity form. And we need to step out from this, okay? We need to step out from this idea that cetaceans as here as a medium toward human betterment in a way or another. I don't care about humans. The discourse is not about humans, it's about cetaceans. You know? That's the thing with people that are obsessed with dolphins, right? They don't care about dolphins in themselves. They care about their pleasure, on their benefit, with dolphins being the mean toward that. When someone has a fantasy, okay, let me put it in a very obscene way. When someone has a food fetish, okay, the discourse is not about feet, it's about the sexual pleasure, okay? You know what I mean? Like, this is the same. Like I'm sorry, like, this is not the best illustration in the world, but like, the fantasies that play out about the other are not a discourse about the other. They're fantasies. They're about what benefit you can extract from the other. You know? I don't have to show you Lacan or Jung to demonstrate that. Anyone that knows what having a specific obsession or whatever, like, here's the thing. Until we step out from this obsession, until we step out from this consideration of the other as an object to whatever benefit we can have, there won't be any form of serious first contact. First contact, the real one, again, the spoken one, not the Bayesian one, not the I play on a flute for 30 years one, not the I have telepathic voodoo contact with them one, okay? The real one with a machine, the linguistic one, will need breaking something fundamentally in our logic with them. It will mean endangering our position on stepping up toward the material problems, like claims, like the fact that we take the fish out of the oceans, like cultural differences, like cultural tensions, like real politics. Most activists are not ready for that shit. They're ready to masturbate for like until the coast go home, but they're not ready toward the real political, material field problems. I am ready. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm an edgy boy. I'm ready for this shit. I'll go in the island. I try to make that first contact. I fail. I'll accept it. I'll retry with someone else. I don't know, but at least I know that I'm mentally ready for this shit. I can't say the same for most people in their activism, unfortunately. Whatever.
Use ours. They will not say, thank you for the fish, and fly away to a distant star as shown in the well-known book. They do not have much to thank us for.
A reference.
Nowhere to fly to. This is their home. Dolphins are the immanent consciousness of our world. We can go on killing our own kind. That's our business. Changing our attitudes towards them. That is our real initiation. Our transition from barbarity to maturity.
I mean, sorry about that.
The world is not perfect because it's not complete. The 8th day of creation is nearing its end, and its outcome depends on our maturity. When we are mindful, we enter the contact zone. Not when, having caught a glimpse of those amusing animals, we jump into the water to join them, but when we are mindful, wherever we are, on land, in the city, at home, an encounter that can take place anytime. It depends on a viewpoint, as a single address. When everything is to be decided towards evening, they appear inactive to many.
What can you do? It's not with a carrot and stick, but through their presence that real teachers impart their teachings.
What the fuck is the meaning?
Decided towards evening, they appear inactive to many.
That real teachers impart their teachings. Observation can change the object's behavior. They are watching, and this is our opportunity to change.
It's not very
They know us,
interesting.
who we are, and who we can be. The mirror is still transparent on one side. They can see us, while we don't see them. As soon as we are able to
Here's the
discern,
thing. Let me reformulate this in a way that is smarter. When you look at the other in that way as an idealized object, it constitutes the best way to deny the other any relationship, because you cannot have a relationship with an idealized subject. You cannot enter a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like, if you perceive the other as this figure that is waiting for some kind of millennial new age radical change, you will dread that contact. You will try to postpone it, because the whole logic of stuff like spiritism, religion, neurosis is the postponing of the event. It's not how to put it, because it's kind of, for me, it's self-evident. For me, the best way to illustrate this is with neckbirds or incels. The whole incel logic is, I fear to talk to, for instance, in most cases, a woman, because I fear I'll be rejected. And everything will articulate itself in an idealization of the other, either as some kind of goddess or some kind of demon, if you will. There's no consideration of the other as an individual to weave complex relationship with relations that could risk to be negative, but also risk themselves to be positive. Same with cetaceans, because they understood as an object of fantasy, the possibility of a genuine relation with them is not considered. That's part of the fucking problem. That's why I fucking hate the New Age discourse, by the way.
perhaps somewhere in the universe there is other intelligent life. But surely our planet, here and now, has two forms of intelligence, one of which bases its life on the conquest of nature and development of technology, and the other on a harmonious and joyful communion with the universe. The former can probably destroy the latter, and can definitely destroy itself. But there is an alternative: to learn from the other. And if the respect dolphins still accord to humans is anything to judge by, there is still something in us that gives rise to hope. Another humanity growing inside the present one. It does not engage in wars. It does not fight with the past.
No.
It is mindful of the present.
I've come to an old Berber man who's thin and grey to resolve a few questions that torment me a lot. I see a light bursting through you in a hot array. But then, my son, it's master you are not. Beware of muddy waters and rewards for your toils. Defend the rose, the dove, and the dragon. You can see people around you are winding hell's coils. Show them there's no need to drag on. Remember, no other men's war, no bad rumour. No
Dragon.
evil infirmity akin to a she-wolf long unfed. Nothing worse can ever happen to you than the prison inside your head.
Okay, that's not interesting, just new as shit. But life, blah blah, life finds a way, etc. Okay. Who the fuck are those people though? Like, what is their... What I don't understand is who the fuck are they? Like, what is their agenda? What are... Again, I hate the discourse first because who cares? Secondly, because elephants exist and they also have like what does it mean highly organized? This is part of the this is why the brain discourse has inherent problems from an epistemological point of view. Why? Because it's bigger, it's because it has more circumvolution. What the fuck do we mean by that? Again, I don't want to judge the other because of its fucking brain. I want to judge the other because they act as an other. That's the point. I don't know, the relationship energy, blah, blah, blah. It appears to be like a derivative of some of the early Lily's consideration of that. I don't know, I don't care. What the fuck does it mean? Transpersonal communication. What the fuck does it mean? Because for instance, say, I'm trying to find a way to structure an interface that will bridge the gap between their own perception of the world. Do they mean like something like what we do or not? What the fuck do they mean by that? I hate vagueness. Vagueness is the enemy of research. This is something I always try to pin down, but like everything I do has to do with data gathering, it has to do with epistemology, it has to do with being critical of the discourses we build, okay? This is the, even with an extremely the progressive discourse, this is a good illustration of the inherent limitations of a news, oh, whatever, well, I'm kidding, like... This is probably an euphemism for telepathy, whatever, but they don't want to use telepathy to not appear as too much new age. It's probably it. Like, the ability to accurately navigate environment during migration, yeah, but that could be explained by excellent memory because, you know, they probably navigate with the stars and stuff like that. A fine understanding of currents and the difference of salinity and temperature. Understanding of the fauna, of the different winds and currents and shit. I mean, humans navigators also did that. Polynesian navigators were notorious for using star maps on a fine understanding of currents and whatnot to navigate and find new islands. Why won't cetaceans be able to do the same thing? I mean, yeah, because when they talk about opera simultaneously on like coordinated one different latitudes, I guess this is a dog whistle for telepathy. This could be explained by other reasons, culture and whatnot, but like, I don't give a fuck. If there's, here's the thing: if you have some kind of hard evidence to what telepathy, I'll accept it. But until that time, whatever. What? They work there. Very much. What do they mean by that? What do they mean? Remain very much in demand. Are they saying something like, why do they have such a big brain when they don't produce anything material, and they have an extremely rich acoustic reality. They clearly use their sonar as much for hunting on displacement as for communication. It can be perfectly well explained. I mean, this is the same problem with Manjir, by the way. What do they mean by the impact of the water of the world ocean? Are they saying some weird new age stuff like, oh, make the resonance of the echolocations like changes the water memory or some shit like that? Or that is talking about what I'm talking about, which will be like, maybe they have some kind of system to, they probably manage their resources and probably change the distribution of prey to hunting pressure or something like that. I don't know. I hate vagueness. Vagueness is such bullcrap because you can't. It smells like some kind of New Age dog whistling, like. Okay, this is probably some kind of New Age shit. This is probably some kind of dolphin communicator that speaks with dolphins at several kilometers. Listen, I have nothing against Frédéric Pichard, Russell is a friend, all of that, okay? But when someone goes and call themselves a scientist or an expert because they have those claims, I kind of like pull out my gun, you know? Because, for instance, Pichard doesn't claim to be a scientist. Russell doesn't claim to be a scientist. Yeah, okay. When they talk about properties of water, it probably has to do with that pseudoscience called or the water memory theory. It probably has to do with that. Absolutely sure of this. Whom though? Because this is interesting though. As far as I'm aware, Norman is not involved with those guys. Neither is Rono. So I don't see. And also this articulation between this idea of autism as something that has to be held, and the whole dolphin therapy shit, the whole DAT shit is something I fucking hate. Especially as a neurodivergent person. Statue of Medit. Oh my god. Who the fuck are the advisory board? Whom? This looks like some newer shit because they say who support the project, but this implies that the so-called advisory board is distinct from the project, right? That they're like a people that are distinct from this whole organization and that have to look at it. This smells like. It reminds me, it reminds me of those motherfuckers. Let me show you that. Ah, fuck, I haven't. Don't tell me the game was on. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was basically showing that stupid text and then like this whole thingy, and then I was showing that. Right, they weren't that enigmatic. They lived there, and then the fucking Spanish fucked their ass. They were basically, they experimented what they would do like a few decades after to the Aztecs and Incas on the fucking Guanches. That's basic. This is not well known drama of the colonial era, basically. Eternal global capital. Okay, that smells like some kind of. You know who all of these remind me of? It reminds me of. It reminds me of that. Do you know those? Vosh made a terrible review of those people a few months ago. I think more than a year ago. Wait a minute. Let me show you because it's pretty funny. This is so funny. If you're familiar with those motherfuckers, okay, so. Oh my god, they have a direct budget. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What is there? Okay, whatever. Let me show it because this is so funny. I need to show you the voice segment because they let it. What the fuck is this thing with Jesus Christ? Ah yes, this is the one.
Over the last few thousand years, we have worked our own history. Our stories of the past have.
With Atlantis and Lemurian shit. Oh my god. This is so funny.
Nibiru, the Nephilim, seeding the human race, Adam and Eve, and the children of.
Okay, no, this is so whatever. This is just funny. It reminds me of spirit science. They take like a rubber capital cetaceans. Whatever. Okay, so this is interesting. I'll go over that because it harks back to ant farm, well, to John Cirilli, obviously, but mostly to this guy that died now. Um, just my dad making some research. Um, so basically, is it? Yes. No, is history streaming again? Yes. So, Ant Farm was a project that was proposed by some people outside of the field back in the 70s, after the first Lily project, but way before Janus. And it was basically a rant about like this creating that kind of infrastructure, right? Like what they could like speak to dolphins with some kind of device, some kind of like complicated architectural structure. It's very interesting from a architectural and conceptual point of view, but it was masturbatory. I mean, let's not lie ourselves. The guy, because there were two people behind Anthem, there was Doug Michael, that is now, well, dead. And then there was this older guy, which I believe is still alive, which is like a million years ago. A million years old, sorry. He wanted to fund his project in Australia and collaborate with some kind of dolphinarium there. I don't remember if it was the Pet Porpoise Pool or some other motherfucker from Australia at the time. But basically, there's this project, and then obviously there was the Dolphin House by John Celili. I believe there are some, couldn't find them again, but I'm pretty sure there were drawings on schematics of some kind of project of a shared human dolphin house that wasn't the one that was inhabited by Margaret Lovat at the time, that I found on social medias on the internet a long time ago. But whatever, the point is, it looks like this project is linked or take inspiration from Doug Mikkel's Dolphin Embassy from Antwerp Farm, but it wasn't a new age thingy, it was like a scientific thingy, it was a new age. And the first dolphin aquatic house by John Celili, but very superficially so. It seems like a bunch of new age bullcrap. Milonga. Milonga, it's funny because Milonga is an Argentinian dance. I believe it's kind of like not the, it's kind of the rural equivalent to tango. It's more complicated than that. Yeah, it's the same fucking shit. Like this embassy, that it's not as if they tried something similar to do Michael's with a real bold project. Okay, yeah, it's a new thing. Look, a Zen monastery, an alchemy lab, a private anti-aging retreat. Oh my god. Okay, humanarium. Humanarium is funny, okay? Because it's like dolphinarium from humans. Okay, that was a fun concept. But like they say humanarium set up by people to put themselves on display for dolphin to see like what they did. Like, did they put themselves in some kind of like shape with a transparent thingy? So like, I don't know. An exquisite spa resort inclusive of all that is necessary. What do they fucking mean by that? Are they doing like enemas and stuff like this? Oh my god, this is probably some like big soccer mom shit. An astronaut training center? What? What the fuck is this? This is some theosophical weird shit, like a school of learning survival in flavor of life. Oh my god, this is so weird, man. This is some big new age shit. if I had that much people as a network on the financial mean those motherfuckers had, like, do you imagine what I could accomplish? Well, I can't accomplish it right now because of COVID, but yeah, on some motherfucker with a saxophone. This is interesting though from I like that. I'm going to put this in Pinterest. Oh, I don't want that. Oh well. I'm going to screenshot it. It's interesting. I know that I don't want that. Oh my god, this is so masturbatory. Oh my god, it's like, it's so funny. It's like, what, you know, when Frida Kahlo described in that very famous text how, like, intellectuals in Paris used to masturbate about concepts on eating little, like, petit four, you know, I don't know how you translate that. You know, like, how the fuck do you pronounce that? Let me show you. This is funny. Let me show you because this is. That quote. Wait. Where is. Because I have the one in French, but I want the translation in. Oh my god, this is so fucking funny. Because it's true. When Frida Kahlo says, wait, because I remember that quote. You have no idea the kind of bitches these people are. They make me vomit. They are so damn intellectual and rotten that I can't stand them anymore. It is really too much for my character. I'd rather sit and sell tortillas than to have anything to do with those artistic bitches in Paris. Basically, in the original quote, she says, tortillas on the Toluca market. They sit for hours on the cafes warming their precious behinds, on tour with the stoppings about culture, art revolution, and so on and so forth, thinking themselves the god of the world, dreaming the most fantastic nonsense, and poisoning the air with theories on theories that never come true. Next morning, they don't have anything to eat in the house because none of them work, and they live as parasites of the bunch of rich bitches who admire the genius of artists. Shit on only shit is what they are. I've never seen Diego, his husband, the famous painter, wasting their time on stupid gossip on the intellectual discussions. Well, then it becomes like some misogynistic stuff. But basically, here's the thing though, like, this is, how do I say petit four in English? What I want to. Hate like forgetting a word. Small oven. No, you don't call them small oven, do you? What do you fucking call a small... Yeah, you call them like, yeah, appetizer, like petit four. You call them, okay, you call them petit four. Yeah, basically that. Basically, those people were just, you know, like, that's basically just eating petit four on, like, making some kind of Milonga dance or whatever. Like, we don't need Milonga dances on some new age, wealthy new agers masturbating toward the idea of first contact. We need first contact. I wonder if there is some YouTube video of the event, because I'm extremely curious about. Also, do you imagine how much money they must have like spent to make all of this shit? Materially, to get the place, to like. Do you imagine what I could do, or my friends Russell, Andrew, and whatnot could do with that money? Revelation of Jonah. Are you for? Ah, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Jonah, because of the biblical character. Or this is the movie they made after that on the spam whales. Okay. Yes. Although. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I know Werber. Werber is I want to make a video on him. Some kind of I'll review his work. He's basically a very famous science fiction author in France. I love his work, but he's controversial. It's complicated. I have a love-hate relationship to his work, but I'm not surprised to see him in that whole thingy. I'm not surprised. And I don't know who the fuck are those other people. I don't know who he is, for instance. He's in philosophy, but I don't know what. I don't. The only one I know is philosophy of science. What the fuck is an epistemologist doing in this fucking mess? Who is he anyway? Ervin Laszlo? Is it? Yeah. What? Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. No, I want you. Yeah, obviously he's kind of in the new age shit, but not like 100%. Obviously he will be in that, but he seems like an interesting fellow. Wasn't aware of him. Oh, it's kind of like when Edgar Morin made the preface to Pichard book, and then, you know. But it's rare that like genuine philosophers enter the whole cetacean field. The only one that seriously entered it was Thomas White, and his book is not good. But I'll go over that because I'll finish the book and basically show you like parts of my concern with the book and its problems. And wait, I know who he's. I don't know who she is. No, he's because he's called John Wilson. Yes, I know Pierre Richard. Oh, Pierre Richard. He's What the fuck is Paul Watson? Okay, okay. If Paul Watson is in there, I'm starting to. Okay, so Pierre Richard is a famous French actor. That what the fuck is Richard O'Barry making all of this? So basically, what is Psychoios doing in all of this? Okay, I'm going to get triggered by that. So basically, all of these people that are very much aware of the whole ethical thingy, blah blah, they're participating into this, and then what? Like, what is Umberto? Oh yes, obviously, my ex-mentor, which is dead now. I wasn't aware that he was involved in the project. That he knew that, but what is Umberto Eco? Having fucking Echo and then my fucking ex or demagogic mentor here is kind of weird, but whatever. I don't know. I don't care about all this. This is a whole masturbatory thing. I don't give a fuck if Umberto Eco was involved in 2 days before dying. This goes nowhere. I'm sorry. Like, do you realize this? Those people made an enormous, like, vague, new agey project that hints on dog whistle, the whole idea of first contact, probably amassed hundreds of thousands of dollars on this jack shit to first contact. It's so funny. And I have more respect for the people that are involved in the whole telepathy bullshit, because at least they claim to do stuff and they make real expedition, blah blah. I don't agree with them, but at least they do that kind of stuff. Like they at least they claim to do some field stuff. Here, nothing. It's amazing. I can't believe this. This is peak onanism, guys. What do they mean by chargé d'affaires? What do they mean by that word? Do they mean that they... I don't build... What do they mean by that? I'm sorry, I'm new about businesses and shit. Wait. Savez qu'est son chargé d'affaires?
Quelqu'un qui s'occupe d'administrar los negocios.
No, porque encontré una ocurrencia de la palabra que es medio extraña. Medio... No, usan la palabra chargé d'affaires, pero en un contexto que medio extraño. No sé. Como que ponen un par de gente muy conocidas, como filósofos y activistas y todo, y los muestran como chargé d'affaires.
Sí, querría decir que serían filósofos que se ocuparían de difundir una doctrina.
Ok, entiendo.
Están ocupándose de difundir la doctrina, chargé d'affaires.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, it's basically chargé d'affaires in the sense that they're here to convey an ideology, if you will. That would be the idea. But it's still... I don't understand the point of this. This is just some peak masturbation. I don't have another explanation for that. How did they amass, like, tremendous amounts of money to do that? This is what I don't understand. Where does the money come from? It's wild to me. I mean, they got all of these awards that look nice. I mean, the documentary just... I mean, if you're a newbie when it comes to that, the whole subject, you may find this, like, you know, revolutionary or nice, but from my point of view, of someone that knows the subject, just very basic on... Or just ragey and... I don't know who those people are. I have nothing against them, by the way. It's not... Oh, he's an anthropologist. They are anthropologists. My field. Okay, I want you to know who these people are. I know logotherapy from I don't know a lot about logotherapy, I'm not going to lie. I don't know who this... I mean, that's nice, right? But they could become useful allies in the future, but nonetheless... They made some kind of TED talk. Non è possibile un giorno. A wordless, oh my god, I'm going to kill myself. A wordless dialogue in the alpha state? What the fuck does it, if it's some kind of new agey post Bayesian take, oh my god. This is why we can't trust humans. Oh my god, I'm human, but this is why, this is when they say stuff like, although organized differently to that of humans, this is where I take out my gun, you know? Like, what do they mean by that? It tends to be, I'm sorry, the appeal to difference, in my experience, tends to be used in specific ways to deride the other in slightly less visible tacit ways, you know? Who the fuck cares about the lessons of humans? I don't care about humans. Fuck humans, return to monkey. The point here is that, whatever, I made my point. But you are in an anthropocentric position. That's the problem, man. Man, I mean, both of them, right? Man, look at me talking about anthropocentrism, still having, like, you know, androcentrist position. I mean, from the position of dolphins always, but then we will have a discourse about them, not about us. Yes, obviously, we should, like, change our attitude toward them, blah, blah, obviously from that point of view. But in the end, it's about cetaceans, not us. That's the leap here. Stop thinking about us, you know. Oh, so it's permanent headquarters. It wasn't a... But how much... Those people must be extremely fucking wealthy. If they had pulled something like that, they must be extremely fucking wealthy. Which makes me think that contacting them is maybe not a bad idea, but... I'm sorry, I don't know. They're probably good people, but I have no idea who these people are. Maron Lawrence. Archaeology of possibilities. That might be a nice idea. I don't know, man. I mean, this is interesting because sometimes the rambling of continental philosophers, especially people like Deleuze and shit, sometimes kind of have like fringe resemblance on ancestral relations to the New Age discourse, you know? I won't deny that. When you read Lacan, you kind of see theosophy lurking around, you know? At least that's true that they say wildlife, but they didn't talk about them as wild animals, which maybe is a good idea. I don't know. It may be indicate that they're worker on this, but I don't believe so. But oh no, this is this. Oh my god, fuck you. This is the Bayesian shit. I don't give a fuck about someone. I know I don't want to. I don't want to deride the work of Nolman on Rauner and shit, but I don't care about a dialogue between a fucking jazzman on a fucking dolphin. I don't care about that. The age of masturbation is over. Okay, it's like, you know, when the orcs in the Lord of the Rings come on the side, the age of man is over. You know, this is the same thing. Okay, the age of man is over right now. Okay, fuck that shit. Fuck music. Fuck new age. Fuck all of this masturbation. Okay, I want real first contact. I don't give a fuck about all of this. I'm sorry, this made me respect the people that believe in telepathy, because at least those people going to expeditions, try some kind of, at least they are in the structure of the discourse closer to our goals. Those people are literally masturbating. Oh yes, dolphin intelligence, oh, we will make war with nature, oh, I'm coming, all this fucking shit. I'm starting to hate them more than I hate fucking Marine already, which in itself is already a fucking... Oh, this, you know, again, they could be useful allies in the future. I can't judge that. It's possible that post-contacts may reach us out, or... Oh my god. Expedition vessel... Yes, for instance, they say on the... Yeah, okay, yeah. It's basically what It's very similar to what Norman or Doc did, basically. But that was done 30 years ago. We need to evolve. We need to ascend. We can't return to monkey here. The music thing was fine 30 years ago. It's not anymore. Mikhail Kazinik. Interesting. Wasn't aware of that. Oh. I hope their experiments are like publicly available data-wise, because if not, they're not different than other projects and whatever. No, who cares about the nature of consciousness, the unity of the world, the possibility of direct interaction between mankind and the universe? Who cares about that? And a festival about dolphins should be about dolphins, you know what I mean? There's like the dolphin language and culture. I don't like 24 or whatever. I don't know who Jim Darling is, but I know that. Well, wait, I think I know. Isn't he like some kind of? Yeah, I think I heard about him like a million years ago. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know who Darling is. Yeah, he was the collaborator of Roger Payne, if I'm not wrong. I know who he is. I forgot about him. Well, listen, I practice Qigong, okay? I love this, but I don't know what this has to do with whatever. Yes, I practice Qigong or I critique New Age, but Qigong is a tad different. There's a difference between the practice and the ideology, whatever. I'm not going to make a point about Qigong here. Right, so basically the same thing that the WDC did 10 years before. What for? The total, listen, I don't like most of my colleagues in my field, but the fact that all of those people don't like each other or don't collaborate with each other for me is, what is the point to make another declaration of rights if other people in the same field made the same fucking shit like not even 7 years before? This is wild to me. I don't understand that. It may be I don't believe it's the conference of Helsinki. I may be wrong though. No, I don't think so. Oh, okay, no, it's the same one. Okay, I'm an idiot. Okay, no, disregard what I said. Basically, it's the same one. Well, is it the same one though? Because maybe. Yeah, it's probably the same one. It's probably. The fact that some philosophers and whatnot are involved into this gives me hope, but all of this is of no use if there's no concrete shit going on, okay? None. I'm sorry if I trigger some of you, but like, you can have the Club of fucking Rome or the Club of Budapest in this shit. There's no, like, if I could have 1/10 of what these people own, money-wise, but like if they spent 500 hours of relations with cetaceans, with musical exchanges and shit, and this hasn't led to not even a fraction of attempt toward first contact in a serious way, this is depressing. This is depressing. This is the proof of my whole point, which is that humans are fucking retarded when it comes to that whole problem. Sorry, I shouldn't use the word. No, don't tell me. Is this true? Yeah, it is. For instance, they say publish the results of films and books, but the thing is, what I'll do with Randy, I won't wait to make some kind of like neatly edited movie to talk about all of this. I will release the raw results all every day of the week, every hour of the day, as much as I can gather on diffuse every time I get it. Like for me, the transparency of data on research is fundamental. The possibility that other people come and replicate what I do is fundamental. Those people are not doing that. They're doing the same shit that all of the others people, all of the other scientists and independent researchers and activists in our field. It's amazing. It's in Russian. I need Andrew for that. Oh shit. Yeah, I see. Oh, that's amazing. But this is not surprising, though. This is not surprising. But White confirmed this, whatever. What the fuck? Oh my god, I fucking hate that shit. Oh, yes, I have the permission to do it, but I won't swim with them because we need to make irreversible harmonies. What the fuck does it mean? Like, I love the circular thinking of dolphins allow people to be less stressed on contacting them, allows us to reveal ourselves in a certain way, but we shouldn't contact cetaceans yet in a more direct way because we're too stressed or not deconstructed enough. Like, it's fucking. Those people are so fucking retarded. Oh, we're going to do the same thing that Norman did like 40 years ago all over again. It's great. I'm sorry, I have nothing against this guy. He seems like a good person, but I wanted to go over fucking Norman, but I'm too fucking triggered by that. This is just masturbation. This is just masturbation. I'm not interested in all this. They gathered millions of dollars probably to get some. I want to see where though. Like. Where are these though? I mean, functioning during the embassy. Okay, so they don't own that. They just. Oh my god. Yes, they have a very progressive discourse that lead nowhere. And which in the end of the day is the same fucking shit that all of the other human beings which wants to go back to the human rather than to cetaceans. Yeah. I'm sorry if it's triggering for some of you. Okay, so it's that area. The friendly dolphin. Oh, so it's this circular. They must be really wealthy to have, like, I don't know if they own it every day of the year or if it's like some kind of lease system or whatever the fuck, but like this is interesting. What is this structure though? Like again, if those people, I try to contact some of them and try to, but like, I don't know, man. This seems. Wait. Okay, so this is odd. Yeah, that's probably the administrative thingy, and then this is the okay, whatever. Hezbollah Gigantes is there, so what is that? Okay, it's the circular area. I recon that. But like, do you understand why I'm upset though? Like, where is this leading though? Yeah, okay, yes, Umberto Eco had like an interest in the idea of alchemy on a more semiotic or philosophical point of view, blah blah, it's not just New Age. Okay, yes, but like, there's no point of all of the, whatever, I'm just repeating myself, I'm just parroting shit. I wanted to go over Norman, fucking triggered, I'm not going to go on Norman, I'm just going to do something else. They may be really nice people, by the way. I have nothing against them as such. Nothing. But I hesitate. Nothing will go for mercenary. The problem. Oh my god, I hope okay, if she's friendly, there's a chance she won't attack, and then I can start. Okay, if she declines my friendship, it's probably that she's going to war. Oh, that means Armag is there. Okay. So that means she wants to go to war. And I have to position my... Yeah, she's going to war. So what I will do... Shit. I'll try. Stop exploring, go back. Oh shit. Fortunately, I'm well. Come on, man. Come on, but don't be a. I need to take this deal, maybe. Shit, fuck you, man. She's undoubtedly going to war. Like, there's no doubt about this. Oh no! Oh my god! It was just there. It was just there. I settled there. Next. So, what can I... Valita is one of the most overpowered city-states in all of the game. In the world game, but... oh, fuck, man. She's probably going to force settle me. Oh my god. Samarkand would be nice because then, yeah, Samarkand. I won't go for religion there, so Samarkand makes the most sense. She's going to attack me in 1 or 2 turns normally. Come on, man. Yeah, she's going to. Yep, she's going to attack me. Shit. I need to create a soldier. Why? Oh, no, Himiko is dog shit. I mean, she's not bad, but in my situation, we need Hercules, not Himiko. Or Anansi or Maui, one of the good ones. Ideally, you know. I mean, there's a lot of states, but having Vanita would be good, but, you know. No, I need a warrior. Yep, she did. Oh fuck, no, she has a negative agenda against me. Oh fuck, no, I don't. Oh shit. Elf Goddess, seriously? Oh, it's no use here. It could be of use, that tile. But no, I don't believe that's a good idea. God of the Sea will be quite good. Patron Goddess, but it's nearly finished. God of War, but I don't have Holy Sight. That would be pretty good. Hesitate. God of a Festival would be pretty cool for culture, regardless. God of the Sea may be better, but oh, let's. Come on, what are the negatives? No, she's. Shit. She's going to attack me. Come. Oh, she accepted friendship. Oh, okay. Change your strategy. No, I don't care. I won't get the religion. Not so like no. Shit, she already took that tile, which was a good one. I need to sell a city. I mean, a shitty one. Good. Did I give him? No, I need. Oh no, shit, too late. Oh my god, what an idiot. Yeah. I think I need Himiko because. Please. Please go fuck yourself. Oh my god. Do that. Oh, trading dome. Nice. What is the name? Luxury resort. This is nice. Oh, that's a nice tile. Could go for Valletta. Singapore is nice because of the production, but Valletta could be really cool because Valletta, yeah, but Valletta is of no use with shit. Show me my ally. I'm not going to get this is bad. I need this is going to be a mess between her and her shop. It's going to head me. I need to settle there. This is absolutely crucial. But I'm going to enter some kind of conflict with. But I could go for the Oracle, but shit. Could go there, but this is kind of a shit. That would have been ideal, but can't. Oh, this is a shit one. This is a bad. Fuck, I wish. Shit. Sun Wukong is great, but now you know what? No more games. I'm going to stop there. But that was a good stream. I ranted well, so. But it's on YouTube as well, so. Oh shit! You couldn't see the game, right? Oh shit! Oh my god! I fucking hate that. Ah, whatever.